Are we living in a globe-like design or a flat model? I took some time to try to understand some of the beliefs in the flat earth theory, and I found some interesting facts about this topic. If you believe the earth is round, you're really going to want to pay attention. So dig this. In order to prove the flat earth theorists wrong, you have to prove them right. The idea of a flat model orbiting an object in space is actually possible. While the origins of the two forces differ, their equivalence is the basis of Einstein's gravity theory. But how could that translate to the planet we currently inhabit? Let's take a look at a traditional flat Earth map. Their belief is that the Earth is flat with a dome-like structure, and we're surrounded by a wall of ice. If the Earth is truly flat, what's on the other side of that design? The two main responses I get: land and water. We'll use Google Earth to display the globe model. Many say this is false, but why? One of the driving forces behind flat Earth theory are the visuals that NASA continues to put out. And I have to be honest, some of the visuals that are put together make me even question some of the things that NASA has done. But it doesn't prove that the Earth is flat. I started with trying to figure out what would be on the other side. It has to be either water or land. Wait a second. What the f? One side of the Earth is completely covered in water, with hardly any land mass showing. So that means that there is some accuracy when it comes to this mapping of flat Earth. Technically, they're right. But how could this globe representation be false when it actually supports their theory, or at least parts of it? The Pacific Ocean is that big. So that means Earth tilted at the right position does in fact contain all the land mass on one side and nothing but water on the other. Let's keep in mind, Earth is made up of 71% water. Now, what about that wall of ice? Now, hypothetically, if all that water were to freeze, could be true. And all that landmass on the other side would be surrounded by ice. But in the flat Earth map with the landmass, it depicts a wall of ice on the outside. Let's take a look at this image in its entirety to understand the rules which make it accurate. Are we in fact surrounded by ice? Look at some of these globe-like images. They do show a white layer surrounding the globe. Even Google Earth shows a white layer. What does it represent? I think that's a really good question. What you're looking at is an aerial rendition of what a landmass looks like from a view up above. One of the main rules of presenting an aerial view of something is the addition of atmospheric or aerial perspective. Atmospheric or aerial perspective is something that the human eye can see on the Earth's surface. On a clear blue day, if you're standing outside and you're looking directly above you, the sky will be blue. If you shift your vision out towards the horizon, the blue fades to a grayish white. The objects in distance will lose detail and blend within the grayish white. Any aerial view of Earth should contain atmospheric perspective. even flat Earth images. This effect takes place as the light enters our atmosphere and bends. The particles in the air mixed with the addition of light causes the blue sky to fade to white. Each within its own specific trait. We will focus on the mesosphere. The top of the mesosphere is called the mesopause. It's the coldest part of Earth's atmosphere with temperatures averaging minus 130 degrees. This is clearly the coldest natural temperature found on or near Earth. Although the mesosphere has very little water vapor, the highest clouds on Earth are found in this region. Remarkably, in the full polar summer sunlight, noctilucent clouds, or known as NLCs, form in the highest reaches of the mesosphere, as much as 50 miles above Earth's surface. Seeded by meteor smoke, NLCs are made of tiny ice crystals that glow electric blue when the sunlight lances through their cloud tops. Specks of debris from disintegrating meteors act as nucleating points where water molecules can gather and crystallize. We know this due to NASA's Aeronomy of Ice in the Mesosphere, or the AIM program. It's a satellite that was originally launched to conduct a 26-month study of noctilucent clouds for advanced telecommunications. The white wall on flat Earth maps, aerial and atmospheric perspective, as well as the mesosphere, can be viewed with the human eye from ground level. Technically, we are surrounded by ice. More of a dome versus a wall.
Where are the fucking pictures of Earth from space? I want to see a picture. I want to see tens of thousands of them. I want to see fucking the sun over here and the moon over there. People should have posters and shit. All over the world, people should have these epic pictures of the Earth from space with the moon over here and the sun over there and the planets. There's none.
Unfortunately, he doesn't know about photography and data. See, Mr. Bravo is using the mindset of just grabbing a camera and taking an image. And it can be that simple. But when it comes to detail, focusing on sections gives you the best resolution. Let's just say you have a camera that's 100 megapixels. Instead of going into space and taking one picture of Earth that contains 100 megapixels, they focus on Canada and apply those 100 megapixels there. They go to the United States. They do the same thing. They go to South America. They do the same thing. And then they take all of those images and compile it into one, which is a CGI rendition of what Earth looks like from space, but with better resolution. I'm personally not a fan of Photoshop and image creation. My photography mentor taught me the purest form and threatened plagiarism to any of his students that tried to use Photoshopped images in his class. But here's an experiment we can try together, or at least on your own time. This is an experiment that you can conduct here on Earth.
Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery with a crew of 6 astronaut heroes and 1 American legend.
Now let's act like we're sending 6 people into space.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
We will use this basketball in a dark room for an example. If we place all 6 people in equal distance, no matter how we look at this ball, we can't see the depth. See, we're physical beings of the 3rd dimension, meaning we consist of length, width, and depth. We know that the basketball is round based off of feeling, touching it, but also moving the ball. Technically, they are right again, but this is something that they never bring up. We are beings of the 3rd dimension, yet our eyesight only allows us to see in the 2nd dimension. What is the sphere in the 2nd dimension? It's a circle. The one key factor that we're forgetting in this equation, with a little bit of momentum, we know that we're rotating. But if you're not totally sold there, This telescope is Wi-Fi capable, and it allows me to track objects in the sky, like constellations, planets, even the sun. We can conduct a 24-hour experiment tracking the sun. We can record the data and see what we come up with. If you like this video and you would like to see this experiment conducted to its fullest, whether it's 24 or 48 hours, do me a favor, tag Joe Rogan, tag that Bravo guy. I think his name is Eddie Bravo. I'm not sure. I don't know why that sounds like a cartoon. And let's see if we can get this experiment conducted on the Joe Rogan show. So share this video, leave your comments, let me know what you think, and thank you for watching.